Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a special video today. This is going to be the first section of the Assassin's Creed ranking worst to best thing I'm going to do for this video. So I wanted to do this video because basically I did want to talk about the PS3 games for numbers 1 to all the way to Rogue that I did play and experience, and I'm going to be playing Unity, Syndicate, and Origins because I did get those for PS4. I just have to own Odyssey, Valhalla, and Mirage. Those are the next few I'm going to be owning in due time, but it's just depending on when. Those are the last 3 games I have left to own. So basically, yeah, let's dive into this worst to best ranking video. Now, I'm going to start with number 7, which is Assassin's Creed Rogue. This was not a good game. I mean, it was in the middle for me. It was meh to bad, in my opinion, so I'd give this like a 6 at least, as of now. I'll give this credit where it's due. The sailing stuff and on the ship stuff where you fight battleships and all that stuff is fine. But, what is it? Shay Patrick Cormac was an assassin, and then he turned and betrayed the assassins to go to the Templars. So he didn't trust what the assassins were planning or whatever the fuck. But honestly, the storyline is not very good. I mean, it doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel like a fun experience, in my honest opinion. There are some moments that are okay, but majority-wise, this is a disappointing game. So, 5.5 or 6. I'm in between maybe at least 5.75 out of 10 for this game. It's still disappointing, but it's probably the worst game I've played. And I've heard things that Unity and Syndicate are not very good, and that is a shame, but I have to experience it for myself to see what I think of those two games. But number 7 is Assassin's Creed Rogue. I did own this on PS3. I did have it on Xbox 360 a while back, but I got rid of my Xbox 360, sold it to Bearded Browncoat near my area. So basically it's a comic and game store, which there are some things I don't like what they do when you try to sell them something. They like to haggle with you and decrease the value of it or whatever. It's stupid. But other than that, the store looks amazing for Bearded Browncoat. It highly recommend you go check that out in your Northwest Florida area. So basically, yeah. Give me 1 second. Gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My sister's cat wanted out of my room. So now we're going to talk about the number 6 spot. And this wasn't a good game. It just wasn't my... I don't know. There were some things I liked and some things that were okay. I guess I'd choose Assassin's Creed, the first game. Don't hate this game. I think it's a good game. I just think there's so many glitches and the... What is it? The cinematography and how the CGI stuff is, it's kind of bad and kind of ruins how the gameplay is going to play out. But overall, it's not a bad game. I like the story. The story is interesting. And I just started replaying this game recently, and it is a fun game. I'll give it credit where it's due. It's a fun game. Just there are some moments where the CGI work is hit or miss. But overall, it's a good game. 8 out of 10 for this one. This wasn't really that terrible of a game. It's just the glitches for the game for the CGI work. I noticed when I was playing it, it has a lot of bugs and glitches, and that is an issue for the first game. So that's why I downgraded it to an 8 out of 10. Now to talk about the next game, which is at the number 5 spot, Assassin's Creed 3. Great game. It's a good game for what it goes for. Story is interesting. I mean, it shows about Haytham Kenway at the beginning, and then it goes into his son later on, Connor, which Connor's the assassin and is trying to protect. The one thing I didn't like was the ending to the game. That was where it got stupid. It was like, oh my god, Desmond, you made a stupid choice. We're trusting that person that killed someone that was dearest to you. So basically, with what I think it was Lucy that died in Brotherhood, if I remember correctly. But honestly, with what I experienced for this game, it was a good gameplay. It's just, at least there was no bugs from the first game. But still, Assassin's Creed, the first game, is still good. And so is Assassin's Creed 3, 8 out of 10 for this one too. I just choose this more than the first game. Now to talk about a pretty good game, which is Assassin's Creed Revelations at number 4. This is one of my favorite games. I actually like this one. Basically, you have, what is it? This is the end to, what's his name? I know his name, I just forgot about it. There were other games that showed the story. And give me a second, gotta pause the video again. I am so sorry, guys. My sister's cat did not know what he wanted to do, and I'm sorry for pausing the video again. It's just he's very indecisive and just didn't know what he wanted to do, but hey, that's cats for you. Pretty much, this was a pretty fun game. I actually got it at Bearded Brown Coat a while back, but basically, I enjoyed the gameplay. It was a fun experience, and I know the guy's name that is the assassin, but it's just been a little bit since I've played the game, but I did have a fun time experiencing it, and it was a well worth played game. So at number 4 is Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now to talk about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood at number 3. This is a pretty good game. I got a little stuck on one part where you have to go after this certain guy, and you have to stay hidden from the guards or like lose your incognito. You got to go incognito or whatever and lose your like bounty or whatever the fuck. It's just, it was the most difficult thing I had to experience, but still the gameplay was great. It was a good story, and I enjoyed this game for what it went for. So at number 3 is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So pretty well worth game. At number 2 is Assassin's Creed 2. I really enjoyed this game. This is a really good game. The only thing I had my critique is Ezio was his name. Auditore. Yeah, Ezio. You play as Ezio. He's basically French and all that, or Italian or whatever. I'm not sure, but he basically has to hunt down the people that killed the Templars that killed his family, and he does eventually do that. And he's in the Brotherhood game and the Revelations, but his story is amazing in my opinion. The Ezio collection is well worth getting for PS4 as well, but I love this game so much, and this is one of my favorites. One of them, but not as good as the next one that I'm going to mention at the number 1 spot for now. But basically, at number 2 is Assassin's Creed 2. Now to talk about the number 1 spot, drum roll please, which I think you know what it's going to be, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This was great. Edward Kenway you play as, he's a pirate, and honestly, I just love the storyline for this game. It was amazing, and I had a good time playing this game. I basically just the storyline for Edward. He's just hunting down assassins later on, but basically it's the storyline for this game that really hooked me to the whole game, and I had a fun time experiencing this game, and the ending was surprising. I didn't expect that. I'm like, oh shit. Haytham Kenway is his soon-to-be son later on, but basically, at number 1 is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, an amazing game. Highly recommend you check this game out, and yeah, it's a fun game. So that's going to be it for the first section of the Assassin's Creed ranking worst to best thing for the PS3 version for it. I will be doing another section at a later time once I experience more of the games. It might be sometime in 2024, but it will happen soon. So probably sometime in 2024. But until then, stay safe, guys, and you guys have a good rest of your weekend and a Sunday. Take care.